Hello, I'm Lucy Hubber. I'm the Interim Director of Public Health, and I'm here with Councillor Malik, the portfolio holder for Public Health, to give you the weekly update on COVID-19 in Luton. We are still continuing to see an increase in cases in Luton, although the rate of increase has reduced, so the cases aren't going up as quickly as they were before, which shows that lockdown is beginning to have an effect. The cases in over 60s have continued to stay fairly low and stable, which is good news. But what this tells us is that we must continue to stick to the rules. We even at the end of lockdown, we mustn't stop following the rules because those case numbers will go up again. What does the picture look like across Luton, Councillor Malik?
Well, like before, I think the spread of the virus has been around the whole town, where it can focus in some areas in different weeks. So I think it's, and that isn't because people aren't following. I think it's because people are going out and they're frontline workers and they're having to work and do that. So I think it's just important to understand that we've had the spread throughout the town, and it's just in a different area this week.
Yeah, absolutely. And people must also remember as well that if they live somewhere with low case rates, that doesn't mean to say that they can stop following the rules or they can relax. Because as you rightly say, the number of cases, they move across the whole of Luton every week. We've been hearing quite a lot in the last few days about tiers, and Luton's now going to be in tier 2. So what does that mean for who I can meet up with?
Well, what you can do is you can only mix in with anybody that you live with within your household and your support bubble. Nobody is allowed to come into your house. The rule of 6 applies if you want to meet outside of the household, but you must remember to social distance. Pubs and bars will be shut unless they are serving food, and places of worship will be opening, but you must remember to social distance and stay within your household and support bubble. Weddings, 15 people, and funerals, only 30 people. And outdoor sports will continue to be open.
Yeah. Really, really important, I think, that we remember those messages, because if we can keep our case rates low through tier 2, that will help us to be able to have that relaxation over the Christmas holidays. And we heard this week that we are going to be able to have a bubble of 3 households over Christmas. And I know there's quite a lot of confusion about what is a bubble. So over the Christmas period, so the 23rd to the 27th of December, we're going to be able to form a bubble of 3 households. And that means that you can meet up with 2 other households and have a normal Christmas. That the social distancing that we ask you to do normally, you won't need to worry about because you will be inside the bubble. But it's really important that you keep that bubble small and that you don't have too many other households connected to it. The bubble can only be 3 households. Let me show you what I mean. So as a household, I could bubble with 2 other households, and we would be in one bubble together. And through the 23rd to the 27th, we can spend time together. We can travel to see each other if we need to. And we can be very close. We can hug and kiss again. We can sit on the sofa together. Really important. But nobody else within that bubble can then join up in another bubble. So one household cannot then meet up with another household and form a different bubble. So a Christmas bubble is just 3 households, and all of the households in that bubble cannot meet up with other households in that same way. I hope that helps, but there's lots more information on the gov.uk website to explain it if you want more detail. A support bubble counts as a household. So if you're in a support bubble, you can be part of that Christmas bubble. But childcare arrangements don't count. That would still count as 2 households. How can we protect ourselves through COVID-19, Councillor Malik?
I think it's important, and I can't emphasise any more about making sure you wash your hands for 20 seconds. wearing a face covering correctly over your nose and across your mouth, and keeping your distance. So I think we've done this, and I know we can do this through our Christmas period as well. And just to finish off, just to like to thank everybody for really complying in making sure that Luton is kept safe. If you'd like to join the community champions and share our messages, if you go to the Luton Gov website, COVID champions, and get involved. Thank you. Protect Luton and protect your family.